Hi, everyone. Our names are Tyler and Kristen Tigas, and if you're here today, it's probably because you are somewhat interested in the doTERRA business and you'd like to learn more about it. So we hope to give you a general overview so you can make the best decision for you on how you want to maximize your own doTERRA account. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because we have some helpful slides to go along with our presentation today. Our team's name is the Living Drop Collective, or the LDC for short, and our team is really passionate about the things that you see on the screen, words of life. We believe that negative words can be left for elsewhere. We want to speak words of life and truth over one another. We believe in empowerment through education, and really what that comes down to is people do better when they know better. We're cautious, not fearful, and again, that comes back to education on the oils and how to use them best. We believe that generosity, really when you put out amazing things, value, and gifts out into the world, like it will come back to you. We've definitely experienced that ourselves. And we also know that community is a vital piece of transforming someone's lifestyle. So we really think that is important to our team culture and people that are trying to make changes specifically with their health. First, we wanted to go really into the benefits of owning a business. And if you're like me, I never came to doTERRA with the mindset of, oh, I really want to earn a business. But my husband, who is a futuristic, gifted person, really saw the business opportunity before I did. I wanted a lot of the things you see on this list here. I just didn't know that meant that I wanted a business at the time.
Yeah, so I have always had a little bit more of an entrepreneurial bent, and but there's just a lot of hurdles to starting a business, as we'll see in a upcoming slide. But I think there was a survey done, and don't quote me on the percentage, but a survey done recently where over 70% of the adult U.S. population has, at one point in their life, really wanted to start their own business. So for you, there's whether you're one of those people or not, there's probably something in you that at least starting a business piques your interest. Maybe you are part of the 70% and you have a business idea, but maybe you haven't been able to get it off the ground, or maybe you have, but there's a reason why you're wanting to do that. For us, it was the things that drew us to starting a business was the flexible time schedule, this flexible schedule. We really like to travel as a family and be together as a family. So the flexibility was a huge deal. Also, increasing our income, it was a big draw for us because we love to give, and obviously travel takes money. We love to give and support causes that we believe in. And we also wanted to be a part of creating community and serving other people through our business.
So then when you get into that idea of like, oh, I really do want time flexibility, I want to be able to earn more than what I am currently, you're maybe thinking about doTERRA, but oftentimes what stops us is this belief that network marketing is bad. But here we're going to highlight some of the differences between network marketing and a traditional business first.
First, there is a book that we want to recommend. It's by Eric Worre. It's called Go Pro.
They also sell it on Audible, so it's awesome to be able to listen to audio in the audio version while you're driving.
The subtitle is 7 Steps to Becoming a Network Marketing Professional, which it does go through 7 steps to becoming a network marketing professional. But for us, the biggest benefit to this book was just what we're going to talk about here, the benefits of network marketing as a business model. It was super helpful for us to get over some of the stigma of network marketing. As you can see here, there are a lot of similarities between network marketing and a traditional business, but network marketing in general is just, the biggest thing is it's a lot easier to start. You don't have to take on a bunch of debt or bring on a bunch of investors. You can typically start network marketing businesses with just a few hours a week, depending on how serious you are about building it. Whereas if you're doing a traditional storefront business or a professional business, that takes a lot of time and money up front before you ever see a profit. Whereas network marketing, you can set your own schedule and you can start turning a profit really, really quickly.
But wait a second, honey. I really don't want to do one of those like pyramid scheme things. And like my mom and dad said, like network marketing is all for the people that just want to get rich quick and make money off of everybody else. I don't want to do that.
So this is a common objection, and that's okay.
I felt this way at the beginning, so I'm not placing judgment out there. This is really how I felt.
So first of all, there are such things as pyramid schemes. However, what most people don't realize is that pyramid schemes are highly illegal. A pyramid scheme is actually, it's a real thing, and it's where people are paid to recruit other people into this organization or into this club or membership. But the scheme part of it is that there is actually no service or product offered through the company. It's basically just a recruiting mechanism for people to make money, and it's illegal. That's a pyramid scheme. Network marketing is different. The biggest reason why people label network marketing as a pyramid scheme is because of the shape of your organization is triangular. However, what most people don't pause to think about is that pretty much every business and every industry that I can think of right now off the top of my head, there might be some exceptions, but most of them are shaped. The organizational structures of those companies are shaped the exact same way, whether it is a professional office like a tax office or a lawyer firm or a dentist practice or a department store, anything like that. You have your entry-level position, which is people that don't have a lot of experience and are just getting started in their careers or just getting started at the company. You have different levels of supervisors and management and directors and the C-suite people, the CFO, the COO, and then you have the CFO or the owners and the president and all that kind of stuff. At each level, you see fewer and fewer people, and the people on the higher levels are paid more and are also burdened with more responsibility, more leadership, but they're compensated for that. It's the exact same way with network marketing. You have people that are new to the industry and to the company, but just like in a traditional business, they are working hard, they're learning, and seeking further opportunity to move farther up in the company, to take on more responsibility, to be recognized for their leadership, to be recognized for the work that they're doing, and to be paid more. The only difference is with a traditional business, they typically pay a lot of money to either third-party advertisers or they do the advertising on their own. Lots and lots of money. TV advertisements, billboards, radio, like
publications,
painting buses, like all that kind of stuff. Whereas in network marketing, the company pays distributors. In doTERRA, they pay educators to learn about the products and to teach other people about the products and to be support for them for using their products. That's really the only difference.
So for me, when I first started, that was like the number one hiccup or thing that held me back ultimately was that understanding right there. And then also I just cared a lot about what other people thought. But as soon as I recognized that I have integrity and I'm going to do network marketing different than all the other companies that I see posting things all around Facebook, I was going to do it differently. I was going to have integrity to the person I wanted to be. And if other people chose to judge me, like that's their call. I don't want them to be my friends if they're going to judge me and put labels on me or whatever that's not really true to my character. And so as you can see on the screen, there's lots of other limiting beliefs that people will have. Um, and you've maybe experienced these all in different ways, shapes, or forms. But what it comes down to really with all of these is as soon as you start to create value and you start educating people and supporting people, like,
seeing people's lives change.
Yeah, it just changes everything. Like the stories, they just will change your life. And the reality is you don't have to be a certain type of person to manufacture that. Like Tyler is very different than me, but he's also helped teach people about essential oils in a way that's impacted their lives. His dad loves Copaiba, and Tyler was the one that instigated his dad using Copaiba for pain. And so everybody is different. We're just all going to communicate different. And what it comes down to is just knowing yourself and figuring out how you're going to express that value and serve other people in a way that is true to yourself. And then as far as time commitment, really it comes down to, my opinion is you don't really, if you feel like you don't have time, that's exactly why you need to invest in doTERRA, because we chose to live like nobody else wants to. We like pushed and fit doTERRA in every nick and cranny of our lives, said no to things that we didn't necessarily want to at the time for a period of time. Now we get to live like nobody else gets to. My husband's at home with me. We get to be flexible with our child. We get to prioritize the things that are super important. And honestly, like over Christmas this year, we're spending way more time with our family than we've ever gotten to because we're not limited by PTO and all of the heavy responsibilities that most people have to orient their lives around. So then really what it comes down to in network marketing, if you've decided this is a model you want to be a part of, you want to choose a company that is a good fit for you. And really, there's so many reasons why you should choose doTERRA over other companies. But
essential oils is one for two reasons. One is essential oils, like science is just starting, even though essential oils have been used for thousands of years, modern science is just catching up to what we already know about essential oils, and that is that they work, that they're effective, that they're safe, and the use of essential oils is only going to continue to grow and proliferate throughout our society and culture. Essential oils are also a consumable product. Mm-hmm. There's other network marketing companies that sell other products that last forever. Mm-hmm. So they're not necessarily bad companies, but it's hard to create a business that is sustained by residual income when you're selling a product that people only need to buy once every 5 years or 10 years. Whereas essential oils can be used on a daily basis and can be used in so much, like we use them with our child and with our cleaning our home and for our own personal health and for owies and for detox. And
certain companies will really pick a certain type of customer that you have to have. For instance, there's like different products that, like a lipstick, where I don't really wear lipstick, and if I do, it's very rare. I only have like maybe 1 or 2 colors. And there's other companies that will really focus in on that, and that's going to be a lot more difficult to build a business off of something like that. doTERRA's compensation plan is also very, very different than other companies, and we have a whole different video to cover some of the details on that. There's a very low barrier to entry. There's some companies I know that they're network marketing, but you have to purchase over $5,000 worth of inventory on the front end, which would not be fun. doTERRA's leadership and founders are incredible, and there's no debt within the company of doTERRA, so there's a lot of stability, and the culture is like none other. And I've heard this from lots of people on my team, that there's just a lot of generosity and cross-line mentoring. There's a lot of there's a nonprofit within doTERRA, and also the way they do their sourcing really impacts the globe on a whole different scale than most companies do. Again, we have a whole another video that covers the ways to earn within doTERRA, but really there are 5 main types of compensation that are covered within doTERRA, and all of them are created in a way that you're really going to benefit the people, or work as a team with the people below you instead of compete against each other.
This is just a quick slide to show some of the some of the leadership ranks in doTERRA, how, so on the left side, you can see the different ranks: Premier, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Blue Diamond, Presidential. And then the next column is average weekly time spent in hours. So in order to achieve the rank listed on the left, in the number of months listed on the far right, this is generally, obviously there's lots of variables, but this is generally what you can expect to put into the business, like Kristen said, for a very focused amount of time, to reach these different levels to build a business and build residual income. It might look like a lot. I mean, to some people it might look like a little, but to put in this amount of time on a regular basis can be very taxing. However, in our experience, it is also extremely rewarding. Do you want to talk a little bit about what?
Yeah, I was just going to say there's a lot of different variables that come into play with the average weekly time that you spend and the time it takes you to get to a rank. For instance, depending on what your relationship and the support you're getting from your upline, that really affects things. It also really affects things based on how fast you want to build, like Tyler mentioned. We built to Diamond in about 2.5 years, 3-ish, 2.5. And I would say that our average weekly time spent, most of that time, maybe there was some time the last year that we've been working 40 to 60 hours, but in general, I would say our average was below that. But we also took more time to get to the rank. So it just really varies within the company, but these just give you a general idea of what to expect.
So this slide is just meant to get us thinking about potential. So what would you do with an additional $500 a month? For some people, that's their rent or their mortgage or a good portion of it. For some people, that's daycare or that's insurance premium, or their student loan payment. There's lots of things where we could assign that $500 per month. But with doTERRA, that's really just the beginning. So in your own minds, just take a minute to think, what would you do with an additional $1,000 a month? Or what would you do with an additional $2,000 per month?
This is a really fun thing to do, honestly, to write down. Maybe you pause this video and you start dreaming, write down these categories and think about what you would do with that.
For most people, when we start getting to what would you do with $5,000 per month or $15,000 per month, they have to think a little bit harder. And at those levels, you're starting to think like, well, that's more than my paycheck, or that's more than my spouse's paycheck. Then you get to start thinking like, well, do they need to keep working? Can they come home? Can we travel? Can we give? There's lots of, it just really opens up possibilities for us. We have definitely experienced that and have been blessed by this opportunity.
We've realized that there was a period of our life where we basically stopped dreaming because either we didn't have enough time to do the things we wanted because of PTO and the way it limited us, or we didn't have enough money to do the things that we wanted to do or give the way that we wanted to. And so really we had gotten into a survival mode, which was not fun. And so for us, the drive to experience this was big because we were really connected to what it could do for us in the long term. So with doTERRA, what does it take? We've kind of ran through a little bit of this, but really what we encourage people to do is start with a commitment of about 2 years. It's not required, but ideal. For that time period, what you're going to have to commit is around $150 for products. That's like the max that would be required. And then $150 times 24 months obviously would be about $3,600 in total for those 2 years that you would spend. This is really the only financial requirement to build a doTERRA business. And the reality of it is your family is going to get all those products. So all those supplements, the shampoo, the conditioner, the oils, everything, those health products are going to get delivered to your door as an expense for your business. The time commitment varies, like we talked about, anywhere from 2 to 20 hours a week. It could be more than that if you wanted to. So really the worst case scenario is after a couple of years, you've grown personally because you've learned how to serve people and teach people in a different way. And you've spent about $3,600 on products that you're going to use regularly to get your family healthier anyways.
But as we mentioned, that was worst case scenario. Best case scenario is you could be seriously deliberating on some of these questions that we just talked about.
So this is just another screen to show you a little bit of what it looks like. I'm going to sum up a few of these pictures. Number one, you'll see pictures of me with people I dearly love. This is the person that enrolled me, Callie. Here's one of my leaders here. We were having a fun yoga and oils night, and this is one of my really close friends from a chiropractic office that I've worked at before doTERRA. Here you see a picture of my sweet son, Elliot, in my bed on a day that I was sick. He was sick. And so I didn't have to do any work. I didn't have to call anybody. I didn't have to do any arrangements. I just wiped my schedule of the doTERRA things I was going to do and took care of him. I have a picture with my husband in Hawaii. That was the first time I was like, oh my gosh, we have 3 leaders teaching a class tonight to a bunch of new people, and we're in Hawaii
for
our anniversary. This is amazing. This is residual income at its finest. I got to do yoga on the lawn at Magnolia, some vendor shows. You can see my computer that's actually at our local library outside, where I was doing some work and getting creative because we had a nanny at our house watching Elliot at a time I had planned out to get some work done. And then I have the chocolate comment because there's just stress that comes with everything in life. And sometimes chocolate for me was my salad. So Tyler will go through this, but this is really what our doTERRA growth looked like.
So we don't show this at all to brag or to promote ourselves or anything like that. Our upline actually created a spreadsheet similar to this for tracking her business income, and it was helpful for me to see, like, okay, these aren't averages. This is someone's actual income. So what you're looking at right now is our actual income starting in, so Kristen really started building the business. I was still working my job, but really started building the business in the summer of 2015. And these are just the different types of compensation that you earn throughout the month. But then each column is a month. So this is 2015.
I was teaching 1 class a week up to July of 2015. In September of 2015, I was working all the way up to 2015 in September, I was working at a chiropractic office, and our first son was born in September of 2015. So you can see how much I actually was paid over my maternity leave.
Yeah. So 2015, when we really just barely started getting started, our gross income from doTERRA was about $3,000, and then 2016 is the next section down.
In April,
my mouse.
In April is when I quit my job because we decided that the doTERRA, the opportunity we had was more wise for me to spend my money on and be at home with our son without me working the 20 hours that I was doing at a chiropractic office and paying for childcare. So then we moved cross country from South Dakota to Texas, and you can see that doTERRA significantly helped us to pay for moving expenses and our discipleship school that we did, and all sorts of expenses that came up for us as we went through that transition. We experienced a little bit of a dip in doTERRA, but then quickly continued to grow in the end of the month or year.
So our gross income for 2016 was about $12,000, so 4 times what it was in 2015. And right now we're currently in December 2017, and so far we haven't received any checks yet in December, but so far in 2017 our gross income is just over $58,000. So quadrupled again.
Way more than I've ever earned in my entire life. So really sharing doTERRA and doing the business is very simple. There's these 5 key steps. It starts with educating yourself, and then educating others, enrolling them, following up and teaching them, repeating that process over and over again, and then duplicating that in someone else that wants to do the business with you. And the reality is, with doTERRA, if you have dreams on your own, just remember that if you don't build your own dream, if you don't prioritize time to build your own dream, somebody else is going to hire you to build theirs. It's not a bad thing to build somebody else's dream, but maybe you want to build your own. So drawing lines in the sand of what you want to commit to yourself and to your family's dream can be a game changer for your family and for the world, and the impact that you can make because of it. So really, if you're intrigued and you're wondering, what do I do now? Well, the key would be to have your own personalized business overview, either with your enroller or myself. If you're enrolled as a wholesale customer, you'll need to upgrade yourself to a wellness advocate, but make sure you do that with your upline. Talk through that with them. And then also ask to be added to our educator group. And then we also have the LDC user group. You might already be a part of that. And then write out why you want to do the business. Start exploring and learning more about them, brainstorming who you want to help the most. Write a list of the people that you think really need oils ASAP, and continue to join in the trainings and everything that we have available to strategize and outline what it's going to look like for you to build your own business. So thank you for joining us today. And like we said, if you have any questions, or after you're done watching this, make sure you reach out to whoever enrolled you, or reach out to me if I was that person. And we would love to continue to help you take that next step maybe in your own business venture, or just know what answer questions and ultimately just know what the best way is to support you with your doTERRA journey. Thanks for joining, and we hope to see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.